That's good. That was right. Something you might want to try, and Mozart did do this. In your right hand where it says su
Yeah.
you might want to do a sus chord. So it would be F, B flat, and C in your right hand. F, B flat, and C. No, you leave the F where it is. Leave your and then just resolve to the A. This is meant so it'll be sia su che letto. Yeah. Just something you might want to try. I mean, you could just play the F chord and play, but I kind of like hearing that suspension resolve. And of course, you know what I mean by suspension, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's you're recording all this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have an idea of what to mess around with. Next is amici, right? Which are friends, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know how many friends have been singing here.
You don't know how many?
Maybe two. So I was thinking two. So
Are these patients at the hospital?
these are
The staff.
no, those are friends. These are some Will's friends, I think.
They're what?
Will's friends.
Will's friends?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they were hanging out with him at the beginning, weren't they?
Yeah.
In his room, okay. So these are his buddies, like from school or something, right?
I don't know if I should have like a tenor or a soprano there, or
Well, I remember them all being male in the movie, but that's up to you. I mean, there wouldn't be anything wrong with having his friends be. Yeah, and Hayden, a lot of times what they do, because you're going to probably have, when the day comes that you can get this produced, there'll probably be a pretty limited budget to have like a cast of 50 or 100 people, right? So a lot of times what they do is smaller roles, they'll have people double. So like somebody will play the friend here, in this scene, and then later on they'll have a costume change and play a nurse or something, right?
yeah, because I have like one line. I have like an infant, a nurse, an unknown nurse that says like one or two lines in the whole opera.
Yeah, right. And these, well, I from what I remember, these friends are not in it very much either, are they?
So probably maybe the birthday party scene.
Yeah, where they sneak them in, right? They sneak them in. Yeah. Okay,
Well,
I'm just telling you that, I'm just telling you this so you could kind of match voices. If you have friends earlier, that, you might want to have one that's a female voice, one a male voice. Maybe you could try to have three of them. But anyway, with Recit, it's probably best to just have one person sing it, although another person might be in the room, right? With a Recit, it's hard to sing that. You weren't planning on having them both sing it, were you?
Well, that does happen sometimes.
It does? Well, I don't
yeah.
ever remember seeing recitative done by more than one voice, unless they're answering each other.
Well,
but singing something in unison.
They do sing. Two people do sing something in unison in some methods, like
Really?
like in Così fan tutte. They right after Alfonso says bravissimi, I don't remember who those other two guys are, but they say bravissimo, Don Alfonso back.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's kind of one line, right? Anyway, whatever you do, if you do decide to have two people singing non siamo certo animali, steriamo attenti a non. I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest. If you do have two of them singing, you're going to have to be very clear rhythmically what you want. Okay, so so we just ended on che letto, and let's do play for me what you got for the friends recit. Non siamo certo animali.
Well,
Is this as far as you've gotten? It's okay. It's okay. I'm not pressuring you.
I haven't. Since you're giving me these new ideas, my original idea was like having two female voices singing.
This is non siamo, right? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna. I mean, it'll be a little bit of a challenge for the conductor to get them to do that. You know, to start and stop at the same time. But it's possible. You know. So play for me. Count 4 beats. Because the conductor's going to have to know where the beats are, okay, to do this, to coordinate this with a duet for on the recit. So I'm going to count 4 beats, and then you come in with non siamo. 1.
Maybe I should have like one person saying that.
Well, it would be easier. I mean, it sounded nice what you were doing, but you can save that kind of duet texture for something else, you know. What do you want to do? I mean, for now I want you to just play it for me with the chords so I see what what your concept is.
Well, originally I was gonna do this.
Okay. Non siamo certo
Non siamo
siamo certo animali, right?
We're not animals, is what they're saying.
What? Without animal?
We're not animals.
Oh.
That's what they're saying.
Play it for me one more time. Let's get. Yeah, that's fine. Now, so what the conductor would have to do to get them to do as a duet, he'd have to give them a beat, 3, 4, non siamo, right? And then, so like at the end, at the end of the previous part, che letto, there would probably be a cutoff, and then the conductor would go 3, 4. You can't see me, but I'm beating it. 3, 4. Non siamo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's good. Let's go on. Non siamo certo animali. Right? Take it right from there. Staremo attenti a non.
Maybe I'll have like one person sing here. Staremo attenti.
Staremo attenti. Go ahead. Staremo attenti. Right. All right. That word the word attenti, the stress when you say that word for me in Italian.
Attenti.
Yeah. So we gotta have.
Staremo attenti.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was
Staremo
trying
attenti. Okay, so that would probably be indicated by writing a B flat chord, and then putting 6. Yeah, and putting 4/16 notes on it, and then the F would be an 8th note. Okay. It's important that I tell you this, Hayden, because I'm assuming at some point you're gonna have, is he gonna have a, music program at some point that will kind of transcribe
Oh,
and
yes.
write this down?
He has that actually
Okay,
I just
good.
don't-
already. You've been using it, haven't you?
I wish I could use it, I just don't really know how to transcribe things like recitatives in there. Because
Oh,
it has to do things in a certain meter.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Um,
I wish I could like have uh, some sort of deeper training with it.
some sort of what?
Some sort of detailed, more detailed training with it than,
Oh,
cause I just got it like at the, near the end of my graduation.
Now, let me ask you this.
Near the end of my high school career.
Well, let me ask you this. Can you, are you fluent with being able to change meters with the music program? Because I know you
The only thing I know how to do with it is like, is, uh, is, to put down something as simple as like, uh, a simple nursery rhyme with it, but
okay, all right.
so we need to
So,
play with it some more.
so yeah, yeah, Kadra, you're a good musician, so you know what I'm talking about. You can with at least with the program I use, you can have one bar be 2/4, one bar be
Right.
3/4, one bar be 4/4. You can put rests and you can put little breath marks. And if he were to do that, and at the beginning of the section, there's usually a text tool where you can write recit. And there will probably have to be some places where the meter changes
Yeah.
and there are breaths and breaks. But he should be able to do that without, because what he's talking about is when you see a recit notated in opera from this period, what they do, they put a staff and then they just write notes, you know, and there's no bar line, there's no meter, and then when the rest of it is over, it says aria, and then they give you meter again, right? So, but it is possible to do that and just write it as a meter as long as you put the breath marks, the break marks at the right place, and you might have to change it from 2/4 to 3/4 to 4/4, you know. I mean, if you want, at some point, I'd probably be terrible at it. I've gotten pretty good with.
I haven't even looked at it, so
Okay.
I'll look at it.
Yeah. It's just, you know, if he's ever going to have anybody perform it,
has to be,
obviously it's going to have to. Yeah, I mean, you know, and Hayden knows this too, that he's not going to just, you know, record himself playing a chord and playing something on the piano and let them figure it out. I mean, that's.
That's not hype.
Yeah.
that's how I would do it.
Well, I know Hayden.
You are not everybody.
Yeah, for Hayden, you know, you're a better than competent improviser and composer, and most people, most classical musicians, even really accomplished classical musicians, if they don't have a page in front of them with the music written down on it, they can't play it. You know, they most people don't. You've obviously learned how to use your ear really well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people don't necessarily use their ear that much, you know. So you can't rely on like you said, doing it the way you do it. So anyway, if at some point, Kadra, if you want, I can take a little time with him during one of the lessons. If you want to get that writing program up,
Yeah.
and I'll see, because.
I could actually pull it up right now
No,
if
no,
you
we're not
want.
gonna do it right
No,
now.
I'm
We're
not-
gonna look it over a little bit further first.
Yeah, because it'll probably, you know, I mean, it's not finale, right?
No, it's called Lime Aloud by Dancing Doc.
Okay. Well, see, it's going to take me a little while to,
Yeah.
you know, to.
Which one did you get, you said? What is yours called?
Mine's called finale,
Finale, okay.
but I don't know.
I think they chose this one because it was easier for the interface.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
which is not always the case with a lot of programs.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it, and I'm not guaranteeing I'd even be able to
Yeah,
use
no,
it,
let
you
me
know?
look at it first.
Okay, all right,
So
all right,
we
all right, just at some point. I mean, for now, he can continue to compose the way he's doing
Yeah,
and stuff, but,
eventually though. it's
but,
gonna have to
yeah.
go down.
And Hayden, all these things I'm suggesting to you and how to place things rhythmically and all that good stuff, you've got to make sure that it's really, really clear in your mind, okay? All right, I mean, I know you've been very clear for the most part so far, but there have been a couple places where you're not really sure how the text is placed rhythmically. All right, so let me see, where are we? We're on Non Siamo. Yeah, and this is the one that has the little do it, and you're gonna, Non Siamo. Yeah, and then se staremo attenti. All right, say it as you play it. Staremo attenti, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, and let's go on. Tell me how to say that. Schupartello, is that it? So, okay, so the emphasis on partello, right?
Yeah.
Non schupartello,
Yeah.
is it? All right, let's hear what. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you've caught on that you need to figure out where the verbal emphasis is, right, and try to mimic.
I know the Italian language, but
Yeah, and it's very helpful to me because I don't know where the stresses are in some of these words, right? But my point is that you seem to be doing a pretty good job of having the having the text, the music reflect the emphasis in the text. You always ask yourself, where's the emphasis? You know, where's the vocal emphasis in this particular line, right? Right? And you seem to be doing that quite well, okay? I'm just giving you that as an overall concept, okay? So, staremo attenti. Can you just take it from the, and I want to hear it with the chords and say it slowly, okay? Non sul par. Okay. How about a B flat 7 when you yes. What do you think?
I think that would work.
Yeah. Well, that's these are things that Mozart or Rossini would have done. Yeah, go ahead. Take it from the same part, and then go on to the last line. Okay. And in other words, complete. Non suppartelo il tuo ghiacciolo. Is that it? Ghiacciolo, right? So, non suppartelo is where you go to the E flat. Non suppartelo il tuo ghiacciolo. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Stella si allontana.
Yeah, that's
It's the stage direction.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Now, one thing, Hayden. I'm not sure what you're gonna write now for Stella. Saying meglio che vada, right? That's her next line. Meglio, is that it?
Meglio, yeah.
Play what you have there, okay? Meglio che va che. What is that? How does that translate?
It's better if I go, I think, yeah.
Better if I go?
Meglio che vada.
Okay,
Uh,
there you go. Meglio che vada. Non sopporte certe brutture, right? Well, let's do that one.
Meglio che vada. Non sopporto
So from meglio che vada.
meglio che vada. Non sopporto
Non sopporto sed.
che futuro.
So it's from meglio che vada. Non sopporto certe brutture.
Yeah.
Non sopporto certe. All right, so that rhythm would be da 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 da. Non sopporto certe. That would be a triplet, right? It would be 16th note pickups. That would those two notes, so the G and the A flat would be 16th note pickups, and one triplet. Yeah. So that would be and one triplet, 2 and 3 and 4, right? I'm telling you this, so that when you start writing it down on the program, it works. But play that. You understand what I'm saying, right, Hayden? Because you are going to have, as we said, you're going to have to write this down. So can you hear that that's the rhythm? And one triplet, 2 and 3 and 4, and right? Yes? You're not answering. I don't know. Can you?
No. I was asking
Okay. So it's da da dum ba da dum bum ba dum, right?
Close.
Well, play it for me again and count it. And a 1 and 2 and 3 and right?
And 1 and 2 and 3
Yeah, okay. I know you can hear with those rhythms. They're the pickups to 1 are 16th notes, and the pickups to beat 4 are 16th notes, and the rest are 8th notes, right? And a 1 and 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's the pickups to beat 3 or 16th. So now let's talk about this for a second. Although there's nothing set in stone about the harmonies and the keys and all that in writing a recit, you've now gone through a pattern where you've gone through like a circle of fifths. You started on a C chord, you went to F. The F7 went to B flat, the B flat 7 went to E flat, the E flat 7 went to A flat, right?
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's what I often hear in those kind of recits, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they actually generally start going so far afield so quickly. It is possible to just do it and have a whole. My point is that if you keep going and going, you're going to be in D flat and G flat, which is something that Mozart, or stylistically, would have would not have been done, and then it's on a subliminal level, but it might be a little unsettling to your audience to just be getting further and further away from the key that you're coming from, right? So just get it in your thinking that at some point, and it probably should be right around now, you're going to try to get back to C or F or something like that. I mean, I mean, I don't know what the next phrase you're gonna run, but I just threw a dominant chord, and we've taken it back to F, right? It's just if you keep going on this pattern that you're on right now, you're gonna end up in some weird keys that would not have anyway. It's your piece and all, but you want to try to be true to the to the style that you're talking about. I wouldn't go much further because you started in no sharps and no flats, right? In the key of C on the beginning of your recit, and then you went to one flat, you went to two flats, three flats, four flats. Four flats is now pretty far away from no flats, right? So it's just have that in your thinking, okay? All right, let's see. Let's try to get through this Stella. Meglio che vada. Can we take it from there? Okay. Yeah. Can you play it with a chord? Meglio. Now, what do you have for the next thing? And e ora means it's time. Is that right? Time for me to find.
Now.
Oh, okay.
It's time that I find.
Did I find? Who?
Find here. In front of. I don't. Kinda.
Do you remember how you set this Eora from there?
I wasn't the one who wrote this libretto, so I don't really know I can't really translate everything.
You think what?
I'm not the one who wrote this libretto, so I can't really translate everything.
You can't translate everything?
Well, I do know a lot of Italian, just not enough to learn the whole opera libretto.
Yeah. Well. You have something that'll translate it for you, right? Do you have a program that'll translate?
Yeah.
I don't want you to do it now. I'm just wondering if you do.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. I mean, you obviously have to know if you. All right.
That's one of the reasons I had a librettist, is because I don't really know enough Italian.
Well, Hayden, it's a whole different skill set being able to set a you have a story or a movie script and turn that into a libretto. That's a whole different skill set. But can you take it from aorta? Did you do any more? This is the first question. Is this as far as you got? Aorta
I
came.
don't really do a lot of this. We're actually doing it together.
Well,
I come up with these notes. I come up with these notes just as I hear a few words at a time.
yeah, I know, but are you, the part that we just did, you seem to have in mind what you wanted to do, both with the chords and the
Right.
melody. Is this as far as you got? For the next set of words, I ora che mi trovo qui davanti alla vetrata. I'm just asking a simple question. Did you set that to music yet?
No.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Okay, so that's as far as you got, right? Brutore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, good. For the next time I see you, just see how much more of this you can get through. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not going to write it for you, and you don't want me to write it for you because I would write something very different than trying to sound like Mozart if I was writing this.
Well, for the part of the Yankees opera,
For the what?
for the part of the Yankees opera that I was thinking about,
Pride of the Yankees. Okay.
yeah, Lou Gehrig was a big opera fan, particularly a Wagner fan, unlike me. So I wanted to uh, give Lou Gehrig a little um, homage by having his favorite music and some of
Hayden,
his favorite.
you have a huge project here you're doing, and I mean you
I
can.
haven't even started this opera. It's just
I know. I'm saying, at this point in time, you probably don't need to even be devoting any thought process to the next opera that you're going to write. I mean, now, so, let me. Could you stand up a second and move to your right, please? Although I might have you plump the keys on the top of the piano, okay? Yeah, up here.
ice cream truck.
No, Hayden, we're not there now. So I just want to hear quickly. Meglio che vada, non sopporto certe brutture, right? Okay, yeah, all right. Meglio che vada, non sopporto certe brutture. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Now the next line is e ora che mi trovo, right? That's
Yeah.
e ora. Ora che mi trovo davanti alla vetrata. Okay, I'm trying to get you harmonically, to get you kind of back towards C or F. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Now I did go to minor keys a little bit, and you can have a minor key in there. You want to have, if you have minor keys, minor chords, you might want that to reflect that what's happening in the action. Like, you have a minor chord when I should go, I should get back to blah blah blah. Right.
Right.
Right. But let me see. Let's see. Meglio che vada. Non sopporto
12.
brutore, and then e ora che mi trovo. Okay.
Okay.
I voice let it nicely. It's kind of an abrupt modulation, right?
Right.
It was a little bit of a. And then another. So harmonic areas you can go to rather than just going 5-1 and 1-5. You can go to the relative minor, right? Let me see here. Meglio che vada brutore. And then you can go to an F minor, the relative minor, right? E ora che mi trovo, che davanti al vetro. And then this is a long one. Di fronte I'm hopefully giving you some ideas, okay?
Yeah.
And you're recording it. So you can and then another common besides going to the relative minor is to go to the parallel minor, okay? You know what's meant by that? If it I
you
mean
mean the same.
yes, the same root but a minor chord, right?
Yeah.
Or so you hear how it went to the C major to the C minor,
Yeah.
right? And that can take you back to a key you came from